Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because it is going to be me just sharing with you my Sephora loves list. I'm sure you guys have heard, but the Sephora Summer VIB Sale was just recently announced. It is going to be starting or open for VIB Rouge members on the 19th, which is Monday already, which is crazy. And right when I feel like I finally got myself and my low buy back in check, Sephora's doing me dirty and announcing this sale. So I figured I would share my loves with you. my loves list with you guys and let you chime in and let me know if there's anything that you either want to see reviews on, highly recommend, or maybe know that I should stay away from. I'm very, very interested in a lot of the new foundations that have been releasing, and I know I want to pick up a new setting powder, like a loose setting powder preferably. So if you guys have any recommendations that are either mentioned or not mentioned, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think I should pick up. Also let me know what you guys plan to pick up during the sale, or if you plan to just completely skip the event altogether. I'm sure that they will do their one that's usually in October or November as well, so I'm going to try and be pretty good during this sale specifically. I'm getting my husband into skincare, which is super exciting, so I know there's a few items that he wants picked up for himself that are skincare items, which definitely won't count towards my low buy. These are the ways I cheat my low buy. Anyway, you guys, if you're interested in seeing what's on my Sephora loves list, then stay tuned. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider doing so before you go. I post videos every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And without further ado, let's get into my Sephora loves list. So I just filmed my Roulette Pain collab finale, which will have already gone up, but I honestly couldn't even be bothered to change my shirt. You guys, I actually did finish just straightening my hair, but if it's looking like we're looking the same as a video recently, it's because we are. I actually was a little bit risky today and wanted to reach for the Subculture palette, which is on my eyes. I feel like we're already my lower lash line is a little bit smudged, but whatever. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but my loves list is always a million miles long, so I'm not gonna list everything because sometimes I just love things to remind myself to rebuy or whatever. But starting with the first item, I have the Milk Makeup Flex Highlighter, which they just released. This retails for $28, and I specifically saved mine in the shade Iced Soft Gold. I'm very interested in, I just really love Milk Makeup as a brand, and I've been very interested and intrigued by them this year, so that's part of the reason that I have this on my loves list. I don't know if I'll pick this up right away or if I'll try and wait till maybe the next VIB sale, because I really don't need any more highlighters and I'd be interested for more reviews to come out. There's only 5 reviews so far. I'm wondering if this is going to be more intense or more of a soft subtle highlight, and if it's a soft subtle highlight, I would kind of be all about that because I don't have a ton of subtle highlights in my collection, and on days that I go to work I don't want a super blinding highlight because I don't want to blind my coworkers, you know. But I definitely am interested in this because, again, I just really love Milk Makeup. I saved 2 of the Kaja Beauty Bento Bouncy Shimmer Eyeshadow Trios. I saved the one in Poppy Champagne, which is the coral tones. I don't think I'll pick this one up because I feel like this is more of summer vibes and summer's almost over. And then I also saved the Chocolate Dahlia one. I honestly don't know if I'll pick up either of these. They retail for $21. I actually have one currently in my collection that I still haven't even tried, so I should probably try that before I purchase another one. But I think both of these are beautiful, which is kind of why I saved them. I also saved the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Liquid Shadow in the shade Sienna, which looks like this beautiful bronzy greeny gold, and I want this so bad. I could definitely see myself picking this one up for sure, even though it retails for $25. My only thought about this is that I just don't reach for liquid shadows all that often, definitely more in the summer, and now we're kind of transitioning back to fall. Even though this does give me fall vibes, please let me know if you have tried the Chroma Crystals by Natasha Denona down below. Let me know how you feel like the formula works for you. Ooh, I'm seeing right now it gets 3 out of 5 stars, which makes me a little bit skeptical, but I'm definitely still interested. Okay, so now we get into some of the foundations. I definitely am interested in picking up the new ABH foundation. If you guys have tried it, let me know. I also saved the YSL All Hours Longwear Natural Matte Foundation. Now, typically I like more of a natural to dewy foundation, not too dewy by any means, but natural leaning luminous. And this is a natural matte foundation. However, I do like a good matte foundation from time to time if it's not too drying, because I do feel like they're a little bit more long lasting, and I do feel like they almost give my skin more of like a flawless finish, because sometimes with dewier foundations I get a lot of sinking into my fine lines or making my pores look larger than they are. So I am interested in this foundation. It does retail for $54, which is a lot, but I liked the 2 YSL foundations that I've tried this far, so I would be interested in testing this one out as well. And then also the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation retails for $35. Definitely want to try this. Like, Fenty Beauty is another brand that like really has been stealing my heart and intriguing me this year, and I swear like everything Rihanna releases within Fenty Beauty, I'm like, yeah, I want to try that. Her Killawatt highlighters are my favorite highlight. And it won't be saved on here, I don't think, but I saw that she's releasing blushes, which I talked about in the like 10 most tempting releases that I saw last month. I'll link that video for you guys, but I don't think that those are releasing until September. Marc Jacobs also just came out with the like fall, I think the Glam Rock collection, and I have the Marc Jacobs Omega Glaze All Over Foil Luminizer saved. This retails for $49. It looks like it's going to be more of like a pinky highlight, and I know the previous Omega, I'm sure you guys can hear walking above me, sorry if you can. The previous Omega Glaze bronzer got like so many great reviews, and it just looked so intense and so blinding. I think I said this already, but this does retail for $49, which is so expensive for a highlight. It's huge, I know, but like you probably don't, like you'll never go through that much highlight in your life. Still very interested though. You guys know, if you follow my channel at all, I'm all about a good lip balm. So when I saw that Ole Henriksen was releasing the new Lucky Pucker Lip Scrub, I was very intrigued. Now it's not a balm, but I'm going to be finishing up my lip scrub here that I have right now fairly soon, and I love Ole Henriksen as a brand in general. This only retails for $16, which I didn't think was that bad, so I flagged this. I don't know if I'll end up picking it up during this sale or if I'll wait one, because I feel like I probably have enough of my current lip scrub to get me to like October-ish, but definitely interested in testing this one out. Ole Henriksen also just released the Fat Glow Facial Mask, which I'm very, very interested in. This is part of the lavender line, and I love both of the other products in this line. So definitely really interested in trying this out. I don't currently have like I remember last fall, every single Sunday, I would do my number 8, what was it, the Olaplex hair mask. I would do the Olaplex hair mask all day while I watched football, and then like as I was winding down, you know, like your Sunday night football game is in its second half, I would put on the Sakari Baby Facial by Drunk Elephant, and it was like my masking day. And I don't currently have a mask for this upcoming football season, so like that has me very concerned, and I think this might be the one that I get. It retails for $49 if I didn't already say that. I'm all about like natural glowy skin, so the fact that it's a glow facial makes me very excited. So definitely interested in checking this out. And then Glow Recipe also just released a couple of new products. They have their Avocado Melt Retinol Sleeping Mask. I do currently have their Avocado like moisturizing mask, which I like, and I think it's gonna be really, seriously, and I think it's gonna be really good for the wintertime because it is so hydrating. They also released their Melt Retinol Eye Sleeping Mask, which retails for $42, and I just saved both of these because Glow Recipe is another brand too that just like, first of all, their packaging is just so cute, so I'm always interested, but I want to read up a little bit more about these. It looks like the eye mask gets 5 out of 5 stars, but the retinol sleeping mask only gets like 4 out of 5 stars. newer product though, so not a ton of reviews. Ooh, this one I feel like I know I'm gonna get. This is the Natasha Denona Coral Eyeshadow Palette. Retails for $48. It's one of her 5-pan, like bigger size eyeshadow palettes. It just looks so beautiful, and while I do feel like it probably would have been better suited, I was gonna say maybe for the summer, but this does give me like some sort of like fall vibes too. I just know that the swatches look beautiful and I really want this, so I will probably be getting this one. This has been on my loves list forever, you guys. It's the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. Samantha Ravindal always raves about this foundation, and I've been wanting to try this probably for over a year now, but every single time I go to buy it, they're out of the shade that I want. And when I was in Las Vegas in May, I was in store and I was gonna buy this, and they were out of the shade that I wanted. I was like, maybe it's just not meant to be. It retails for $42, and I feel like the reviews on this are very like, you either love it or you hate it. So part of me is like really concerned it's probably going to be one of those too dewy foundation, like a foundation that's too dewy. But if you guys have tried it, please let me know, because like I said, I've been wanting to try this one for a while, but just haven't gotten around to it. I also have the Altir Cologne Vanilla, like, you know, the Vanilla Incense Cologne saved. I think I will probably end up picking this up in the travel size, or I hope it's not a rollerball. If it's a rollerball, I'm not getting it, but if it's just like a little sprayer, I'm definitely going to get it. Really like this one for fall winter. It's right up my alley in like scent notes that I look for. Speaking of Olaplex, they recently came out with a new product. It is their number 7 bonding oil. This retails for $28, and I definitely want to pick this up. I am all about Olaplex and their products. I do believe in them. I do think they work. Highly recommend the Olaplex number 8 hair mask. Like I said, I use it every single week, and it has made such a difference in the health of my hair, so I'm definitely interested in testing out the oil. I am finishing up one of my whey oils. I forget what the actual like name of it is, but I'm going to be needing a new hair oil soon anyway, so this is definitely going to be the one that I select. I also have the Bare Minerals Endless Summer Bronzer saved on here just because so many people were raving about it for a while. I don't know that I'll end up picking this up just because I definitely need a bronzer, like I need a hole in my head. I definitely don't need any more bronzers in my collection, but just wanted to remind myself that it is there. I have the Lawless Beauty Seal the Deal setting powder on my loves list, as well as the Milk Makeup Blur setting powder. So this is where I want you guys to weigh in if you've tried either of these and let me know which one you think I should get, because I only want to pick one up, but I do want to get a new loose setting powder. I also have the Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer saved. I feel like I've heard some really good reviews on this one, and again, I don't need any more primer. In fact, I'm trying to work through some of my primers so that I can rebuy some of my favorites and not feel guilty about it. But I am definitely interested in testing this one out, as well as the Kaja Dream Puff Radiant Mousse Primer. This retails for $26. I hear so many people rave about the Origins one that like is a mousse consistency, and I saw this and just was immediately intrigued. So if you guys have seen this in stores, bought it yourself, let me know. I've heard nothing about it, but I'm definitely interested in that. I also have the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner in here. I do need a new evening time toner, and in between this and the new Youth to the People Kombucha 11% AHA Exfoliation Power Toner, but I use the Pixie toner in the morning, which is supposed to be like an exfoliating toner, the Glow Tonic. So for the evening time, I feel like I want more of a hydrating, gentle toner, meaning I feel like the Youth to the People should be one that I go back and forth with the Pixie one, and maybe I should just pick up the Fresh one for the evening time to be hydrating. I've heard so many good things about the Fresh one. That's why I'm interested in it. I have the Summer Fridays R&R mask saved here. I have the mini size of the Jet Lag mask from Summer Fridays, which I really like. It's super hydrating. If you need a good hydrating mask, especially thinking about like the colder months coming up, highly recommend that mask. But I wanted to do like a review of all 3 of the Summer Fridays masks on my channel. So I have that one, and I can't find the other one here, but I do have the 3rd one. Oh, here it is, the Overtime mask. I also have flagged as a favorite, so we'll see. I might be picking up both of those Summer Fridays masks. I also have the Lawless Beauty Lucid Skin Highlighter saved. This retails for $38, which is really expensive for a highlight. Same price as Natasha Denona and Becca, but I swatched this in store and it looks so beautiful. And I also just really love Lawless Beauty as a brand, so definitely interested in that, as well as the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel. I do need a new brow gel soon, and I've heard so many good things about the Kush one, so I have that one saved. Again, if you guys have tried that one, please do let me know. And then, okay, let's just talk about a few more here because my loves list goes on and on and on. I also saved the Kaja Mochi Minis Bouncy Blendable Highlighter and Blush Duo. This retails for $16, which I thought was a really good price, and I thought it would just be fun to try out a few more products from Kaja. Kaja is a very unique and interesting brand to me, so I just want to try more from them. I also saved the the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. I've, again, heard so many great things about this, but never tried them. So very interested in trying them. It's kind of just like an exfoliating pad, like a pre-moistened exfoliating pad. So I don't necessarily have anywhere that this fits into my skincare routine right now because, again, I use the Pixi Glow Tonic every single day. I suppose I could use this in the evening time, but I also have dry skin, so I don't want to like totally kill my skin, but I'm interested in that. And then let's just do one more, the Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips 2 lipstick in JK Magic. I really want this lipstick, but it's $37. I don't know if I'll end up getting it. I love the packaging, love the shade on this. It is definitely stunning and gorgeous, but $37 is so much, even at 20% off. I don't know if I can do it. Anyway, you guys, those are a bunch of the more recent loves on my Sephora loves list. Definitely leave me a comment and let me know what is currently on your Sephora loves list and anything that you plan to pick up during the sale. Also, if you have anything that you want to recommend for me to pick up during the sale, definitely leave your comments down below. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around to watch this video, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.